Hey, it's John from Tinderbox Arts. So I've had this little tiny oil leak on my BMW R1200RT for a long time now, and I knew, or at least I suspected, where it was coming from. It drips down on the exhaust here. This is the left-hand side as you're sitting on the bike. And if you look up at the engine, it drips from up above and a little more. And I don't know if I can even get you a flashlight in there, but see that bolt or head at the middle of your screen? That is the culprit, and I need to tighten that. In order to do that, pull back a little, I had to get this intake out of the way, and there's a bunch of sensors and stuff. You got to kind of disconnect it as you go and get those all out of the way, and I'm going to try to get a wrench in there, but man, it is a tight fit. So that bolt is the cam tensioner. And if you look down, when it leaks, it drips on the exhaust right here, and there's even a little bit on the floor here, because I've been starting and stopping this engine a whole bunch of times today doing some other stuff, and that's when I noticed the drip, and I suspected the cam tensioner bolt was loose, which I think that's the problem, but I haven't been able to really get in there enough to see yet. But because this throttle body and everything is all in the way, it's a royal pain to get in there. And even with this out of the way, it would be pretty tight. So I'm going to see what I can do to tighten it. It leaks if I have the oil just a little, not overfilled even, but just a little bit high in the sight glass. That's when I'll notice the leak. I'm trying my best here to get this filmed, but you're looking at a 15mm wrench, and at the box end of that wrench, at the far end there, that's the cam tensioner bolt, and I was just able to get a wrench in there. Only had to tighten it about 1/8 of a turn, and now it seems to be good and tight. So I'm going to spray this down, and hopefully that'll solve the leak, but it is way in there. Here's another shot pulled back a little bit. So there's the cylinder head cover. Here's the wrench I'm talking about. Here's the throttle and the sensors and stuff out of the way. So that's how deep it is. And the other way of looking at it is it's behind this throttle body in there, so it is way deep in there. But I think that has been my problem all along, and I'll just spray this down, and hopefully that'll solve the whole problem for me.